Yo, yo, yo. Stop what you're doing, sit down, and brace yourself, because what I'm about to tell you, it's wild, it's messy, and it's about to make your jaw drop all the way to the floor. I'm talking about Bryshere Grey's Hakeem from Empire, his shocking confession that nobody saw coming. Did he really fall in love with Will Smith? Wanted to marry him? Are we talking mentorship gone way off the rails, or something even crazier behind closed doors? Oh, it gets juicier, y'all. Now imagine this, a Hollywood icon, billions in the bank, the Fresh Prince himself, and a young rising star caught in a web of emotions, power, and scandal. What happens when admiration turns into obsession, and mentorship crosses the line into something no one expected? And guess what? This isn't just some whisper in the hallway. Sources say there's drama, leaked texts, alleged secret meetings, and moments so shocking that people are still gasping over them online. So, what really went down between Bryshere Grey and Will Smith? Was it a forbidden romance, emotional manipulation, or just the Hollywood machine at its absolute wildest? Stay tuned, because by the end of this video, you're going to be questioning everything you thought you knew about your favorite stars. Bryshere Grey, the guy who stole our hearts as Hakeem on Empire. But now, he's not just acting out drama on TV, he's living it in real life. Okay, and trust me, it's messier than any storyline Hollywood could write. I'm talking secrets, heartbreak, power plays, and yes, love, but the kind of love that makes you question everything you thought you knew about mentorship in Hollywood. You know how they say, never meet your heroes. Well, Bryshere apparently didn't get that memo, because his mentor wasn't just teaching him how to act, he was teaching him how to fall. And fall hard. And y'all, that mentor. You guessed it. Will Smith. Yes, the Fresh Prince himself. The man who slapped Chris Rock on live TV is somehow at the center of this emotional hurricane. Now, let's back up a second. Bryshere Grey came up fast. He was talented, hungry, and Hollywood had its eyes on him. Everyone thought he was just getting advice, tips, and connections, basically the dream mentorship that every young actor prays for. But here's the thing. What if that mentorship wasn't just career advice? What if the very thing that was supposed to launch his career ended up tangling him in a web of emotions he never signed up for? According to sources close to Bryshere, yes, the ones that live for drama and have inside dirt hotter than the Bahamas sun, this mentorship was something else entirely. They're saying it started innocent enough. Dinners, acting tips, maybe a script read-through. But then Will's attention wasn't just guidance anymore. It got personal. Way personal. And Bryshere, he wasn't prepared for it. You see, here's where it gets wild. Bryshere allegedly started developing feelings. Not just crush-level feelings. Not like, oh, I admire him from afar. I'm talking full-on emotional attachment. The kind of feelings that keep you awake at night thinking, wait, am I allowed to feel this? And it wasn't just a little spark. Sources say he was literally falling in love with one of the biggest names in Hollywood. Now pause. Think about that for a second. One day, you're getting career advice from a legend, and the next day, you're caught in your own emotions, thinking, could I want to be with him? And before you say, nah, that's impossible. Remember, Hollywood has a way of flipping everything upside down, making the impossible look like yesterday's news. But wait, it doesn't stop there. Bryshere's mom on Drobless, her heart apparently knew something was up. Allegedly, she had a feeling this mentorship was more than just about acting, but promises were made. Big promises. Money, connections, opportunities that sounded too good to pass up. So she let Bryshere go, thinking this is for his future. But little did she know, she was sending her son into a world where emotions, fame, and power mix like gasoline and a spark. And y'all know what happens when you mix those things in Hollywood. It explodes. Fast forward a little bit, and Bryshere is in the thick of it. Meetings, late-night calls, maybe even those Hollywood dinners that look innocent on Instagram but are anything but. Allegedly, Will was giving him attention that most mentors wouldn't dare, and Bryshere? He was soaking it all in, feeling like he was finally seen, appreciated, maybe even loved. But there's always a twist, right? Because while Bryshere's heart was doing somersaults, the cameras weren't rolling. And the mentorship wasn't exactly what it seemed. Behind the velvet ropes, behind the Hollywood smiles, whispers say there were instructions. Instructions about how to act, how to behave, and yeah, how to respond to attention from someone like Will Smith. And when someone starts to catch feelings in that kind of environment. Honey, you're walking a tightrope over a pit of drama and lawsuits. And speaking of lawsuits, oh yes, this story gets juicier than a reality TV finale. Sources claim that the mentorship ended, and with it, Bryshere's career momentum hit a cliff. One day, he's getting scripts, calls, and opportunities. The next day, it's like the lights went out. People start noticing strange behavior, late-night arrests, random Instagram rants, appearances that left fans shocked. Folks were saying, wow, he doesn't even look the same, and some were whispering. They set him up, and set him up, they allegedly did. According to insiders who are spilling tea faster than Starbucks on a Monday morning. The mentorship that was supposed to elevate him allegedly became the reason his career stumbled. Now, here's where it gets even more twisted. Enter Bilal, Will Smith's former assistant. Oh yes, the guy that apparently knows all the behind-the-scenes secrets and isn't afraid to talk. He starts dropping hints, teasing interviews, saying things like, yeah, there's more than meets the eye. And y'all, the internet went wild. Leaks, alleged confessions, insider details about emotional manipulation, and yes, the kind of intimacy that makes people clutch their popcorn. Bilal claims he saw moments that nobody outside Hollywood should ever know about. Moments that were private, messy, and dramatic enough to write a whole Empire spin-off. And Bryshere, allegedly caught right in the middle, not knowing whether to be grateful, confused, or completely heartbroken. And the fans. Oh, the fans were losing it. Twitter threads, TikTok compilations, Instagram stories, all of them trying to piece together whether Bryshere's feelings were reciprocated, manipulated, or just part of the Hollywood mentorship machine. Comments ranged from "Bro, this can't be real" to "I always knew Will had a soft spot for talented young actors." And somewhere in the chaos, Bryshere allegedly felt trapped. Loved, yes, but trapped. Caught between admiration, mentorship, and the kind of emotions you can't just delete like a DM. People don't understand. But when your heart is in the spotlight, every move is under a microscope, and every feeling can be twisted into a scandal overnight. Let's talk about what allegedly happened behind closed doors, because this is where it gets cinematic. Insiders say that some dinners, some late-night meetings, weren't just about scripts or acting tips, they were about connection. Emotional, personal connection. And apparently, Bryshere started showing signs, long looks, moments of vulnerability, maybe even messages that hinted at wanting more than mentorship. And Hollywood, of course, doesn't just let that happen. The narrative needs drama. The story needs twists. And insiders say that's exactly when the mentorship allegedly shifted into emotional chaos. Bryshere allegedly started falling harder than anyone expected, and suddenly, the attention that once felt like love turned into something more controlling, more complicated, and yes, career-impacting, and the plot thickens. According to sources that live for drama, Bryshere allegedly wanted more than just admiration. He allegedly wanted commitment. He wanted to feel seen, appreciated, maybe even married? Hold up, married. I said it. Bryshere allegedly admitted to close friends that he imagined a future with Will, that he fantasized about a Hollywood life where mentorship turned into a full-on personal bond. And let me tell you, the thought of Bryshere Gray, Hakeem from Empire, secretly wanting to marry Will Smith, that alone sent gossip blogs into a frenzy. The internet exploded. Threads were popping off. People couldn't decide if they were heartbroken for him, shocked, or just completely entertained. But here's the kicker. While Bryshere's emotions were spiraling, the so-called mentorship allegedly didn't slow down. Opportunities came and went like flashes of lightning. Advice was given, scripts were read, but allegedly, every compliment had a double meaning. Every gesture carried weight. And the closer Bryshere allegedly got, the more dangerous it became. Friends reportedly warned him, "Don't fall in too deep. Don't let your feelings blind you." But you know how that goes, right? When Hollywood mixes with the heart, no one is safe. No one sees the fine line between admiration and obsession until it's too late. And folks, let's be real. This isn't the first time Hollywood has a mentorship scandal. You've got whispers of stars using their influence in ways that are questionable. But when it's Bryshere Gray and Will Smith, oh baby, the stakes are astronomical. One's the poster child of family-friendly Hollywood. The other's a rising star with the world watching every move. Mix that with secret dinners, alleged confessions, emotional vulnerability, and the looming threat of career fallout, and you've got a Hollywood story that's basically a ticking time bomb. Now, imagine all of this playing out while social media is in overdrive. Fans analyzing Instagram captions, screenshots of texts allegedly leaked, anonymous sources posting cryptic messages online. Every clip, every comment, every interaction suddenly becomes a piece of the puzzle. And Bryshere, allegedly stuck in the middle, feeling emotions he didn't expect. Emotions he couldn't control, and a career that suddenly depended on whether he handled it right. And y'all, in Hollywood, one wrong move and boom, you're canceled, blackballed, or turned into the headline for the next viral video. And just when you think it couldn't get more chaotic, there's talk of legal documents, NDAs, and secret settlements. Allegedly, attorneys were involved, whispering in corners, making deals, trying to keep everything quiet. But of course, whispers turn into leaks, and leaks turn into headlines. And now the internet is buzzing with theories. Was Bryshere manipulated? Was it mutual? Was there really love involved? Or was it the Hollywood machine doing what it does best, turning emotions, mentorship, and talent into drama that sells millions of clicks? We're diving into the scandal itself, and trust me, it's messy enough to make your popcorn nervous. Sources claim that what started as mentorship allegedly turned into manipulation, emotional entanglement, and yes, moments that Bryshere Gray reportedly can't unsee. Imagine being guided by one of Hollywood's biggest stars and slowly realizing that every compliment, every private meeting, every late-night advice session might have been part of something way deeper, way more personal than acting tips. And the internet? Oh, the internet went ballistic. Fans dissecting every Instagram story, Twitter thread, and TikTok clip like detectives on a caffeine overdose. Now, let's talk about the so-called insider reports. Allegedly, Bryshere was flown to multiple locations under the guise of auditions and career opportunities. Private jets, fancy hotels, dinners with industry elites, but according to sources, these weren't just networking events. They were carefully curated setups. Moments where Will allegedly gave Bryshere attention in ways that blurred the line between mentorship and, well, something much more intimate. And y'all, insiders say Bryshere didn't just notice it, he started leaning into it. Reports claim he felt special, noticed, like he was being groomed for something beyond Hollywood fame. And here's the kicker. The closer he got, the more his career supposedly began to hinge on his emotional compliance. People are saying that some of the leaked texts allegedly show Bryshere expressing feelings that would make a Hallmark movie blush. Lines like, "I don't know how to handle my feelings for you," and "I wish this mentorship was forever," allegedly popped up, leaving the internet scrambling. And let's not even start with alleged private conversations, where Bryshere reportedly confessed wanting a personal connection, wanting Will in a way that went beyond acting advice. Allegedly, he was in love, and the world had no idea. And according to our sources, this wasn't just an emotional crush, it was full-on romantic obsession, fueled by a mentor who allegedly knew exactly how to pull the strings. Meanwhile, Bilal, the former assistant, kept fueling the fire. He appeared in interviews, dropped hints about late-night meetings, alleged secret trips, and whispered details about the intensity of Will's attention toward Bryshere. It wasn't just mentoring, he allegedly said. There were moments you could feel in the air, moments charged with emotion that went beyond anything professional, and fans ate it up. Comment sections exploded with speculation, some defending Will, some defending Bryshere, and others wondering how the mentorship that was supposed to be a stepping stone for a career allegedly turned into emotional chaos. And if you thought that was enough, oh no. This is where the drama allegedly gets theatrical. Allegedly, as Bryshere's feelings deepened, sources claim Will started distancing himself, intentionally or not. Suddenly, attention was harder to come by, meetings became less frequent, and Bryshere was left in a whirlwind of confusion and heartbreak. Allegedly, this is when the alleged blackballing began. Opportunities that seemed guaranteed suddenly vanished. Scripts he was promised, gone. Industry calls, silent. Sources say it was like the mentorship that lifted him up had quietly started pulling the rug out from under him. And the fans, they noticed. Social media exploded with screenshots, cryptic posts, and alleged whispers about a career imploding right before our eyes. But wait, it doesn't end there. Allegedly, legal whispers started to surface. NDAs, agreements, and alleged lawyers appearing in texts and calls, trying to contain the drama. Insiders claim that attempts were made to keep Bryshere quiet about the more personal side of his relationship with Will. And allegedly, there were offers, discussions, and proposals that would have essentially erased the story from the public eye. Of course, in Hollywood, you know how that works. Offer the right price, sign the paper, and boom, silence. But Bryshere? Allegedly, he wasn't ready to just let it go. He wanted the world to know the truth. And that's when things allegedly escalated. Public reactions. Oh, the public reactions. Twitter threads were on fire. TikTok videos analyzing every handshake and glance. YouTube channels dissecting what mentorship really meant. Some fans were saying, "It's just admiration, chill," while others were screaming, "This is emotional manipulation. Wake up, Hollywood," and the media. Allegedly struggling to keep up with the leaks, the confessions, the dramatic turns. One source even claimed that gossip outlets were allegedly offered exclusive interviews, but had to turn them down because the legal stakes were so high. And you know what that did? Only made the internet go crazier. People started speculating about secret locations, private messages, alleged confessions, and yes, alleged feelings that were apparently too intense for Hollywood to handle. And it's not just Bryshere. Allegedly affected friends, family, and even co-workers were reportedly caught in the crossfire. Allegedly, producers on Empire noticed odd behaviors, late arrivals, and emotional vulnerability that seemed out of character. Sources say that some co-stars allegedly tried to check on Bryshere, but allegedly he couldn't really explain what was happening. How do you, when your mentor, your supposed guide through Hollywood, allegedly becomes someone you're in love with, and the line between professional and personal is blurred beyond recognition? Allegedly, that's chaos on a new level. And then there's the alleged emotional fallout. Reports claim Bryshere started withdrawing, struggling with public appearances, social media posts, and even interviews. Allegedly, friends say he seemed distracted, distant, and more emotionally raw than ever before. Allegedly, it was like he was living a double life on one side, the talented actor everyone loved. On the other side, a young man navigating emotions that the world wasn't supposed to see. And the gossip blogs. Oh, they were having a field day. Every small gesture, every subtle look, every vague caption analyzed, overanalyzed, and made into headlines that allegedly shook the fandom to its core. But here's the alleged kicker. Sources claim that as Bryshere allegedly processed his emotions, rumors started swirling about secret meetings, alleged confessions, and yes, alleged text messages that supposedly prove the intensity of the connection. People started questioning, was it mutual? Was it one-sided? Was Bryshere being manipulated? Or was he fully aware of what he was getting into? Allegedly, the answers are murky, because Hollywood has a way of hiding truths behind red carpets, photo ops, and perfectly curated Instagram feeds. And it's not just fans speculating. Allegedly, some industry insiders started to notice patterns, actors rising too fast, attention focused too intensely, and suddenly disappearing opportunities. Allegedly, these patterns matched Bryshere's trajectory almost exactly. Allegedly, this isn't just a story of a crush, allegedly a story of Hollywood power, emotional leverage, and the high stakes of being close to one of the biggest stars in the world. And when you mix emotional attachment with career stakes, allegedly, that's when things get messy, unpredictable, and explosive, and the alleged fallout. Oh, it's coming. Lawyers, agents, family members, and yes, even fans who want answers are all reportedly circling. Allegedly, Bryshere's circle is preparing for the storm. Ready to defend, ready to clarify, and ready to potentially bring the truth, at least what they allege the truth to be to the public eye. Allegedly, this could mean lawsuits, interviews, and more leaks that will continue to fuel speculation for weeks, months, maybe even years. And in the meantime, social media isn't sleeping. Clips, comments, and theories are being shared faster than ever. Allegedly, everyone wants a piece of this Hollywood puzzle. And let's not forget the alleged emotional complexity. Sources claim that Bryshere wasn't just dealing with personal feelings, but also the public perception of them. Allegedly, fans, journalists, and gossip channels were waiting for him to confirm or deny, and the pressure. Astronomical. Allegedly, every word, every post, every glance could be interpreted, twisted, or weaponized. And allegedly, Bryshere had to navigate all of it while managing a career that was allegedly being pulled in multiple directions at once. Allegedly, it's enough to make anyone crack under pressure. And now, as we approach the most explosive part of this saga, insiders are allegedly hinting that the next chapter involves legal threats, potential lawsuits, and maybe even Hollywood heavyweights stepping in to protect reputations. Allegedly, Bryshere might be planning to speak out fully, revealing the entire behind-the-scenes story, which could include secret messages, alleged emotional confessions, and moments that the public has only dreamed of knowing. Allegedly, this could change everything we think we know about mentorship, love, and power in Hollywood. Brace yourselves, because now we're diving straight into the fallout, the consequences, and the Hollywood chaos that allegedly followed Bryshere. Grey's emotional entanglement with Will Smith. This is where rumors turn into alleged legal drama, alleged threats, and alleged industry-wide panic. Allegedly, sources claim that as Bryshere's feelings allegedly became public via hints, leaks, and cryptic posts, Hollywood started scrambling behind the scenes. Agents, managers, lawyers, and PR teams allegedly rushed to contain the narrative, protect reputations, and keep the alleged scandal from spiraling further. And y'all, insiders say that this wasn't just damage control. Allegedly, this was full-on crisis mode. Calls at 3 a.m., private meetings in Beverly Hills, whispered threats in luxury offices. Allegedly, everyone involved realized that once emotions hit headlines, it's like opening a floodgate you can never close. Now, let's talk alleged legal moves. Allegedly, Bryshere's team was already consulting lawyers to explore potential lawsuits against individuals who allegedly took advantage of him under the guise of mentorship. Sources say there were discussions of breach of trust, emotional manipulation, and even alleged sexual misconduct. And allegedly, Hollywood's elites started sweating because this could involve names that no one wants dragged into the press. Allegedly, the potential lawsuits weren't just about money, they were about reputation, career leverage, and controlling the narrative before the internet could fully explode. Meanwhile, the alleged public reaction: explosive. Fans on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok reportedly created threads that could rival Game of Thrones in length and drama. Allegedly, some fans were supporting Bryshere, calling out Hollywood elites for abusing mentorship power. Others allegedly defended Will, saying it was all rumors, emotional exaggeration, or just Hollywood drama. But insiders claim that the frenzy only fueled more alleged leaked screenshots, text messages, alleged private recordings, all allegedly showing the complexity of Bryshere's emotional entanglement. Sources claim that even before any legal proceedings allegedly started, industry professionals began quietly distancing themselves from anyone involved. Allegedly, executives feared association, fearing the fallout could hurt their own projects, endorsements, or reputations. Some sources say agents allegedly refused to answer calls, producers allegedly canceled meetings, and even co-stars allegedly became wary of discussing Bryshere publicly. Allegedly, the pressure on him to remain silent or, at least cautious, was immense, while at the same time the emotional weight of what he allegedly experienced kept piling up. And here's the alleged juicy part. Allegedly, the mentorship that allegedly turned into an emotional whirlwind didn't just affect Bryshere's career, allegedly affected his personal life, too. Friends and family allegedly noticed a shift, mood swings, withdrawal, and intense anxiety about how the world would perceive him. Allegedly, sources say that he struggled with public appearances, interviews, and even casual interactions, because he allegedly couldn't escape the weight of what he allegedly experienced behind closed doors. And according to insiders, this is where Hollywood gossip allegedly meets. Psychological strain, the perfect storm for a career that was already in flux. Bilal, the former assistant, allegedly played a bigger role than anyone could have imagined. Allegedly, he kept surfacing in interviews, allegedly dropping hints, and allegedly threatening to release more information if Hollywood tried to silence him. And allegedly, this constant drip-feed of speculation kept social media buzzing, while the alleged legal team scrambled to figure out how to manage both public perception and actual legal risk. Allegedly, Bilal became both a source of controversy and a catalyst for Bryshere to speak out, because allegedly the public had a retort, at least curiosity, to know the full story. Sources claim that by this point, even the alleged private messages between Bryshere and Will became the talk of the town. Allegedly, some messages were interpreted as affectionate, others as manipulative, and some allegedly downright confusing. Fans allegedly debated tone, intent, and emotional context like they were decoding Shakespeare. And insiders allegedly claimed that every public post, every interview, and every cryptic tweet became ammunition for alleged online detectives trying to piece together the timeline. Allegedly, it was like watching a soap opera unfold in real time, except the stakes were careers, emotions, and reputations. Allegedly, the alleged fallout even reached corporate sponsors and network executives. Allegedly, deals were allegedly put on hold, endorsements allegedly paused, and projects allegedly reconsidered because the scandal allegedly made the situation too hot to touch. Sources say that Hollywood power players allegedly held emergency meetings to assess risk, allegedly call in PR teams, and allegedly draft talking points to prepare for interviews that might come their way. Allegedly, everyone was trying to control the narrative. But allegedly, controlling a story that's fueled by alleged leaked emotions is near impossible. And allegedly, as all this chaos unfolded, Bryshere allegedly realized he couldn't just hide behind his career or social media. Allegedly, he had to confront what he allegedly felt, what he allegedly experienced, and what the public allegedly needed to hear. Allegedly, sources say that he was preparing for full transparency, interviews, statements, possibly even a book deal. Allegedly, Bryshere was ready to own the narrative, no matter how explosive, no matter how controversial. And allegedly, that's when Hollywood allegedly started panicking, because when emotions meet truth. Allegedly, nobody can predict the fallout now. Allegedly. Some insiders say that the alleged consequences could reach beyond Bryshere and Will. Allegedly, this could involve producers, agents, and even network executives who allegedly turned a blind eye or allegedly participated in arrangements that manipulated young talent. Allegedly, Hollywood's carefully curated facade of mentorship, guidance, and opportunity allegedly starts to look like a network of emotional manipulation and career leverage. And allegedly, if Bryshere decides to speak fully, allegedly, this could spark a cascade of revelations, lawsuits, and maybe even internal probes that Hollywood allegedly never expected. Allegedly, fans are already preparing for the next chapter. Social media allegedly exploded with speculation. TikTok reenactments, Twitter threads, YouTube breakdowns, and countless hot takes. Allegedly, people are waiting to see if Bryshere will confirm or deny the most salacious details. Allegedly, every day without clarification adds fuel to the fire. And allegedly, Hollywood insiders are reportedly terrified about what will happen next. Allegedly, they know that once Bryshere speaks, the narrative changes, and allegedly, there's no going back. And let's talk alleged emotional stakes one more time. Allegedly, Bryshere reportedly invested his heart, his trust, and his career into a mentorship that allegedly became an emotional roller coaster. Allegedly, the public only sees headlines. But insiders claim the reality is far more intense. Sleepless nights, emotional uncertainty, alleged manipulation, and alleged heartbreak. Allegedly. This isn't just a story of mentorship gone wrong. It's allegedly a story about love, power, and what happens when the two collide in the most high-stakes environment imaginable, Hollywood and allegedly. While the legal teams, fans, and media strategists scramble. Allegedly, the emotional fallout continues. Allegedly, Bryshere has to navigate a world that's ready to either vilify him or elevate him, depending on how the story unfolds. Allegedly, his every move is scrutinized, his every post analyzed, and his every word interpreted as evidence of either strength or vulnerability. Allegedly, this is the price of being involved in something that Hollywood allegedly can't contain. Allegedly, the story doesn't stop with Bryshere and Will, allegedly. Insiders hint at a web of connections, a network of relationships, and alleged deals that extend far beyond what the public sees. Allegedly, producers, assistants, PR teams, and even other young actors could allegedly be affected if the truth comes out. Allegedly, the ripple effect could change the way mentorship, fame, and personal relationships are handled in Hollywood forever. And that's where we leave it, folks. Allegedly. Bryshere Gray's emotional entanglement with Will Smith isn't just a Hollywood rumor, it's allegedly a complex story of mentorship, love, manipulation, career stakes, and potential legal and emotional fallout. Allegedly, it's a story that could allegedly change careers, reputations, and the way we think about relationships in Hollywood. And allegedly, the next chapter. Allegedly, it's about to explode, and nobody knows how far it will go. So, what do you think, y'all? Was Bryshere Gray really caught up in a web of mentorship, manipulation, and heartbreak? Or is Hollywood just spinning another epic rumor? Could this be the story that finally exposes what really goes on behind closed doors in Tinseltown? And most importantly, do you believe Bryshere's feelings for Will were real, or just part of a scandalous Hollywood setup?